we are going to do something a little different today. Obviously, as you can tell, the Stanley Cup playoffs start today, and I'm going to give you my predictions for the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Keep in mind, this is not a bracket. This is only for the first round. I'm not going to go into who I think my second round opponents are going to be and how that's going to go. This is purely a first round predictions video. It should be pretty quick. There's only 8, obviously, only 16 teams, only 8 series. So I'm going to just start it off, give a little bit of an explanation for the team I picked to win and the games I picked them to win in, and then, we're gonna go watch the playoffs because they start at the time I'm gonna upload this in like 15 minutes. Bruins versus Hurricanes. The first game of the Stanley Cup playoffs is going to be Bruins versus Hurricanes game 1 in Carolina, and then the first on my list. I have the Boston Bruins winning in 7 games. The goaltending from Linus Ullmark and Jeremy Swayman has been stellar. They have the highest save, or I'm pretty sure they have the highest goals against average between 2 goalies. They won that award. Frederik Andersen's injury is a huge reason on why I'm picking the Bruins, but even still, I think their defense is better. I think they have more experience in this position, and I think they have a better leadership core, and I think that the Hurricanes, while having an incredibly skilled offense, is really going to be the only thing that they really can say is, oh, that's our big thing. So I have the Boston Bruins winning in 7 games. Next, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. I have the Leafs reversing the curse in their own building, finally getting past that hump and winning in 7 games in Toronto. They have been too close too many times. And I know we say this every year, but I truly mean it. The Leafs have to win this year. If they don't win this year, Dubas probably gone. Even some of the core pieces, Kerfoot, we don't know, if they, well, maybe not Kerfoot, but we don't know about a lot of their pieces if they don't lose. Man, honestly, I hate to say it, but Campbell is really he may be a little shaky if they lose in the first round this year. I know it's Tampa. Tampa didn't really end the season well anyway, so I have the Toronto Maple Leafs winning in 7 games. Next, we have the St. Louis Blues versus the Minnesota Wild. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's not really known player. He's kind of a depth option, but his name is Kirill Kaprizov, Wild in 6. Next, we have the Kings Oilers. I mean, this one's no-brainer. Everyone's going to pick the Oilers, and some people are saying a sweep, which I get. But I'm going to have the Oilers winning in 5 games because, I believe the Kings can squeak one out. I think that, it's not a complete possibility. They're lucky to be here. They're happy to be here. The Oilers, on the other hand, are win now, 100% of the time, win now. 2 of the best players in your sport. 2 of the 5 best players in your sport. My top 5 players in the NHL are Nathan McKinnon, Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. That's it. No, they have 2 of the 4 best players in the sport. Need to get past the first round this year, especially after that embarrassing sweep against Winnipeg. Alright, so this is a big one. I have my beloved Washington Capitals against the President's Trophy winning Florida Panthers. Unbiasedly, just where my heart is, I have the Florida Panthers winning in 6 games. The reason I'm thinking about the Capitals might squeaking this one out and what's giving me hope coming into the series as a Caps fan is the Capitals have way more experience. Man, they won the Stanley Cup 4 years ago. They have a lot more experience than the Panthers have in this spot. They have arguably more depth. Goaltending is an issue. Sergei Bobrovsky has had a super underrated season in my mind. And they also have Connecticut native. He actually grew up in the city next to me, Darien. Spencer Knight backing him up. I love that kid. Love that kid for 3 years now, Spencer Knight. Bobrovsky has been amazing, and the Panthers have been amazing. I do think the Capitals could squeak out the series just off experience alone. Also, Ovechkin also scored 50 goals this year. Let's not forget that. So I'm going to take the Panthers in 6, but the Capitals could squeak one out. Okay, Stars versus Flames. I don't like predicting these because I think they're so unlikely to happen. But where my heart is and what I'm feeling heading into the series is I have the Calgary Flames sweeping the Dallas Stars in 4 games. You have a team that barely made it into the playoffs to begin with not a lot of depth, serious scoring issues, and a goalie that stole them a playoff spot in a like what, a 20-year-old kid that stole them a playoff spot. And then you have the Calgary Flames with the best line in hockey right now, and one of the best players in hockey right now in Johnny Gaudreau, who is seriously in the Hart conversation. All right, Pittsburgh Penguins versus New York Rangers. This series, I feel like, is going to go down to the wire. I think the Rangers have the best goalie in the league, and it's really not even close anymore. But I think experience, depth, and physicality, I'm going to give the series to the Penguins in 7 games. Like I said, this is going to go down to the wire. I think the series is the most in between out of any of them. The series really could go either way, but I do believe that the Penguins might squeak the series out in 7 games. If the Rangers win, I would not be surprised, but where my heart is, I see the Penguins winning. And to wrap it up, Avalanche Predators. If Landeskog was healthy, this would have been a sweep, but he's very, very not. So their captain's out, but not the Avalanche aren't. They're winning in 5 games as opposed to 4 because Landeskog's out. That's going to affect them. Those are my first round predictions. To recap, Bruins in 7 over the Hurricanes, Leafs in 7 over the Lightning, Wild in 6 over the Blues, Oilers in 5 over the Kings, Panthers in 6 over the Capitals, Flames in 4 over the Stars, Penguins in 7 over the Rangers, and Avalanche in 5 over the Predators. Those are my first round predictions. We're going to go see how it plays out in a little bit, but until then, I'm going to love talking about the MLW season coming up. I'm going to enjoy the playoffs, enjoy the MLW season, wrap up the school year. It's going to be a great time for me. Hopefully it's just a great time for you. Bye, be safe, don't text and drive.